Alright, so welcome everybody to the Paradise Group's 34th meeting. We've been going on now for 34 meetings straight, and we do one every 2 weeks. So we've been going on for, it's quite crazy, but 68 weeks, which is pretty wild. So let's get into it. So the index for today is basically searching for the one, and it's going to be explaining a bit more about our future empire. Explaining a bit more how you could basically need a call for hope sometimes, discussing a couple of things in the regards of promotions, and then also having a bit of a special guest featured who might be the promotion one or might not. We're gonna have to see. But I'm gonna get a little bit deep here for you guys, and the reason for that is because this sits very truly to my heart, and hopefully you can, listen to it with a sense of reason as well. And in a few months, unfortunately, but that's the truth at least, uh, I will never see most of you guys ever again. Most of you people who are on a call right now with me, I will most likely never see you in a few months, and you will most likely never see me. And this is not because I'm gonna die. You might have started to look into this, but it's, you might have moved on. You might have forgotten about us. You might have forgotten about our Discord server, about our mission, and you might even have forgotten about me. I have no idea. But everything we built is here to stay. But for you, who I'm speaking to today, you who's gonna stay loyal with us for the years to come, because we're gonna be here for a very, very long time. Hopefully, we'll even outlast me and Leo's age, if we're able to keep it up. To you who's loyal to our company, to you who shows up at every assembly, every 2 weeks you show up with a good smile and a good attitude. Just a couple of people actually, which I'm very surprised at. We're building something special, guys. Don't keep that in mind. And I want you to know how much this means to all of us in the management that you show up every Saturday, which I think is absolutely amazing. Instead of being out drinking or partying, you're here to improve yourself and listen to us speak. And together we're creating something that will outlast all of us. This is not just here to stay for a year or two. I've been staying strict, to this mission for a very long time. I'm doing what I'm preaching. A lot of people have hated on us. A lot of people have said we'd never do it. I was in Koh Samui, Thailand. I'm still in contact with my real estate agent. We're currently finalizing a couple of real estate deals to purchase our first ever mansion in Koh Samui, Thailand, to be able to get the Paradise Group fully up and running by 2025, like we always say we're gonna do. And this will stand as basically a testament. So it will be very fun to see who's gonna outlast everybody and who's actually gonna stick, with us long enough to see us become truly great. Because we're, creating something that will 100% is gonna be here for the future. And if you're gonna stay loyal and if you're actually gonna stick with our vision and commitment, this isn't just now, it's of course about the legacy we'll leave behind to our future generations. And I would like to thank you for being a part of the Paradise Group and always stick true to our motto, and that is the first affordable millionaire lifestyle. And I will never stop before we achieve that. Never. And that you have my word on. So, I want you to join us on the mission to Koh Samui. But most importantly, since I started this company over 1.5 years ago, and I've been dreaming about it for over 3 years now, it's always been a goal for me to Koh Samui. I went there a few weeks ago, and I was there for over a month. Amazing place. It was even better than I thought it could ever be. Beautiful beaches. This is actually a picture from Koh Samui itself. It was an amazing place. I was actually at this beach. It was super beautiful. And even bigger than just, Mission Koh Samui, we have the mission to create the world's first affordable millionaire lifestyle. And I haven't said that slogan in a while, but hell, it feels good to say it again. I love that slogan, and I'm gonna stick with that, and I will never give up before we achieve it. And we're very close to achieving it. There's only 4 months until 2025, and you guys know that I've been grinding on this since 2023. So soon enough, our dreams will become reality. We'll start everything off with the Tokyo trip, and slowly but surely, we'll move ourselves over to the first affordable millionaire lifestyle. Now, these are one of the mansions I've been looking at in Koh Samui. I was here. Personally, you can see evidence of that in the Koh Samui chat, where I'm there with my real estate agent. I was checking a lot of these properties out. For example, the ones under as well, because they're also for sale. Beautiful places, all of them, to be fair. They were a little bit cheaper down here, a bit more expensive up here. This is one of the places which truly stuck out, because it was so safe up here. It was a beautiful environment, great nature, best view probably in all of Koh Samui, and it was just a spot-on place in my opinion. I lived up here and tested it out for one day, just because I wanted to try it out to see if it fitted me as my lifestyle, and it truly did. You have a gym, you have a private restaurant even at the bottom, because a certain portion of this is actually a hotel as well. So it is great for all of those reasons. But by 2025, we aren't just going to stop at affordable. Once we achieved affordable, and we've actually conquered to create the world's first affordable millionaire lifestyle, we can't just die there, right? We gotta move even better. And what's even better than that? Well, maybe Mission 2030. So by Mission 2030, so by 2020 or by 2030 to be exact, the goal I've set for the Paradise Group to not stop dying, the goal I've set is to create the first free millionaire lifestyle. And that might seem crazy because it doesn't truly exist yet. But I was out there, and morally or immorally, I found ways to be able to make that work. And we gotta have to perfect it. We'll have to pull strings, we have to make a lot of connections, but if we have the right people with us for this, I truly believe that the first affordable millionaire lifestyle will no longer be, and the first free millionaire lifestyle potentially could exist in the future. Now this is a long shot, a very very long shot, but we're aiming for the stars right now, guys. And if we don't hit the stars, we'll still land on the moon. And that's to be continued. So I'll just give you a little sneak peek there, but that's the Mission 2030 for you guys who care. Now, I would like to add in a little bit of a Q&A section. As most of you guys probably know, I like you guys to be able to ask us questions. I'm not any, great guru. I'm not the most amazing businessman in the world, but I do know quite a fair share of things about certain things at least. And I am pretty experienced in business in general for what I've been doing as well. And if you have any questions about anything related to the Paradise Group, related to what I've been doing, related to whatever, I'm very, very willing to answer any questions here. Leo, by the way, are you here right now?
Yes, I'm here.
Great. So while they're cooking up their questions, I would love to see what your thoughts about our Mission 30 is and Mission 25.
Well, obviously, as you mentioned, when you shoot for the stars, and even if you don't make it, you'll land on the moon. I feel like that's a very big quote, and there's a lot to it, right? I'm almost guaranteed, because I don't believe there's anyone better than the team Gustav runs, to achieve all these goals. And I'm very sure a lot of you all would be a part of it, or none of you guys will be a part of it. As Dustin mentioned, a lot of you guys will forget, a lot of you guys won't care. But I think, as we've always been mentioning from many meetings to messages, announcements, and much more, is an opportunity. And I believe very much so on an opportunity. And if you can have an opportunity to live not even an affordable millionaire lifestyle, but a free one, I think that's something that you should not only look at to be amazing in, but to perfect. Right? You need to become the best, you need to make connections, work with us, and obviously, put in your time. And I feel like a lot of you guys would also be there when a lot of this is, being cooked up. I definitely think this is an opportunity, and there's almost no way that I can define how amazing this is, especially compared to a lot of you guys, right? It's even too crazy for me to think about, and I've been working on it and thinking about it and so on further. I definitely think it's a lot that people won't believe. It's definitely something that people won't achieve. Maybe too many people achieve it, and I don't think there's any sort of word to describe how amazing this is. And I'm sure a lot of you guys can, get my point here. Free millionaire lifestyle. Not even rich people have that, or to be able to build that up for others.
Right.
So it's definitely something that a lot of you guys would have to look into, learn more about, and I think it's just something that, like as I mentioned, it's not something that you can really think about too much. There's too much to think about, you know?
Right.
If that makes sense.
And one big thing is that I don't accept you guys to just take me as face value. Don't take me at face value, guys. You don't have to believe anything I'm saying. Don't believe in the first free millionaire lifestyle. Don't believe in anything I'm saying. You don't have to believe anything I'm speaking about. Don't believe any of it. All I'm saying is you don't pay me anything. It doesn't cost anything. And I'm not gonna ask you for any money. I don't sell any course. I don't sell any membership. I don't sell anything like that. And I've been, in contact with you guys for the past 1.5 years. I've never sold anybody anything. And from my knowledge, I've never ripped anybody off in my business career. I've always tried to be fair. And I would not mention something like a first free millionaire lifestyle if I didn't truly believe it could happen. Now, I know I can't make it happen right now. That's why we're still aiming for the first affordable millionaire lifestyle. But it is 100% possible for the future. Question is how many people we can get it to work for. Because as you all can understand, you cannot create an economy of people who live for free if you don't have a limit to it. I cannot take in 1 million people that are gonna live a free millionaire lifestyle. It doesn't work like that. But I can 100% pull strings to make it work for 100 people. And that's possible. Especially in a country like Thailand. Especially if you're able to build up something great there. Like for example, if you have entrepreneurs who's driven, who actually have a goal, and that knows what they're doing. And I see a question here in the chat right now, and that is, Gustav Wayne, clarify what you meant here. Oh, morally or immorally? That's a very, very good question. I'll not clarify it now, but great question. That's why I said I wasn't gonna explain it. There's ways, like I mentioned in the last TPG meeting, to do things immorally here, to make it work. And there's ways to make it work immorally, or morally and immorally, basically. They're two sides of different coins. But I have figured out a way, at least when I was in Thailand, to make it work if you want to be a bit immoral. Now, I don't want to make it on a huge scale to be immoral, but I know how to make it work on that scale at least now. And I'm sure if I get enough numbers behind it, that we can make it work in a similar fashion to what I figured out when I was there, but we would make it actually right. Because I figured out a way to do it which isn't particularly the right thing to do as a moral compass. But it did work. And that's where I got my, wheel spinning. I did not think it was possible before I went there. And I don't think any of you would ever believe anything I say before you actually go there. Because the amount of stuff you figure out about that little island in the middle of the Indian Ocean, it's crazy. Because I was out there just for around a month. And in that month's period of time, if you do have a thinking brain, you will see the opportunities. Just because of the geographical positions, just because of the country itself, I'm gonna tell you in another meeting, because I said it's gonna be continued, about exactly how we're gonna achieve it. But one thing I can say is that there's a lot of freebies which can be gained there. And if you connect that together with sponsors and other partnerships we're figuring out right now with big corporations, for example, we're pulling strings together with the companies we work with right now to work something out with an app and a traveling app. And we have a lot of things we're figuring out together to make an affordable millionaire lifestyle work. And that would also, be able to lead us over to a free millionaire lifestyle. But that would be in a little while. Not for 2025. So right now, I'm trying to make everything work. And in probably a 6 months or so from now, I'm gonna throw in a sneak peek each week, every 2 weeks, on how we're gonna, move forward towards it. And then I'm gonna release how we're actually gonna do it the closer we get to the actual goal. And by the Tokyo trip, I'm gonna release an entire real life presentation where I'm gonna go through how we're gonna make that possible. And that's gonna be a huge goal for my life. What's your goal with this? Well, my goal with this is very simple. I don't know if any of you care about what I think, but when I wanted to start my business career, I did not want to live in Sweden. I don't like Sweden. I don't fit in here, and I didn't have people that I truly knew, was interested in entrepreneurship. You felt very alone. You didn't feel like you fit in. You had to speak with friends on Discord all day because you couldn't find anybody who truly had the same that isn't on Discord. And I just wanted to escape Sweden. I don't like the weather. I know what they're doing to certain things in my country, for example, the tax rates and everything else, and a lot of rules which they have isn't what I want to live under. And I wanted to escape to Thailand. But to escape to Thailand, you must have a lot of money, I thought. And I was like, how am I supposed to afford the living expenses if I'm not allowed to get a job there? Because I can't get a job there if I don't have a residence. So I was like, how will I support myself if I'm going to Thailand? I have to, fly back and get a job and then fly back and then back and then back. I can't do that. So I had to figure out a way, and I started my own business. Luckily enough, I got lucky, as I can call myself, or I've gotten skillful as well, but I'll call it luck. After 1.5 years trying, I was able to make something work, and now I have a business which generates me more than enough income to make it work for myself. But I know how, how horrible you can feel and how little hope you can have, that you just want a call for hope if you don't have any money and if you just try a business and you're not able to make it work. And I know how that feels. You feel hopeless. Absolutely hopeless. And I just want to create a way for people like myself before to be able to escape the situations they're in and be able to afford a way of living which is extremely beautiful and in my eyes would only be affordable by a millionaire. But because of the numbers we are, but because of the connections we're able to pull, make that affordable for everybody. And that's the reason why I want to create it. And if I have a huge network of entrepreneurs out there with me, the amount of networking opportunities, the amount of capital we together can throw into different investment fields is going to be immense. Here's the taxes in Thailand. The taxes in Thailand is very, very unique. If you are smart, you don't pay taxes in Thailand. Because there's a lot of things in the tax code which makes you basically be able to dodge it. It's a little bit like the US tax code, but a lot of people in Thailand in general, like the local business, they don't pay tax because they just tax evade, which wouldn't be reasonable for us because we run online businesses. But there is ways around tax in a legal way and illegal ways in Thailand, which isn't, possible in Western countries, at least not in Sweden. So you can basically avoid all of the taxes in Thailand if you're smart enough and have a good enough accountant, or if you are a person who is a bit of a rebel, like we did a poll who thought it was wrong for tax evasion and barely anybody thought it was wrong, then you can make it that way as well. But I'm not saying you should. What's your tip for beginners in life? I'd love to hear Leo answer that question. Leo.
Yeah. A tip for beginners.
Yeah, your affiliate K is asking for a tip in life.
Okay. I think what you really need to look at as a beginner is obviously a beginner starts off slow. He doesn't put in much work. He isn't as determined. But as life goes on and you see more opportunities, you see more business, you see more income, you will obviously be better. But obviously you need to get to that first. And the thing that people mostly fail at, as what I hear a lot of people say, but not a lot of people do, is to actually, not really be scared. Because if you're scared, you're not going to do anything. If you're scared to bet, you're scared to make money, you're scared to start a business, you're scared to do that, you'll lead up to making nothing in your life. You won't have fun, you won't enjoy yourself. And as long as you take risks and actually just do what you want and whatever you believe would work for you, put in the time, put in the hours, and as long as you're always putting in your best, no matter what you have to do so, whether you have to sacrifice sleep, or maybe sacrifice time with family, or maybe sacrifice some fun, it will come back. And when it comes back, it will be greater than ever. Whether what you're working toward is, because you said for life, whether what you're working toward is money, to spend more time with family, just fun in general, and obviously much further. And I think as long as you're not scared, you put in the time, you put in the hours, and you actually just do what you dream. Because as long as you always put your time in dreams, it will come along with time. If you don't put any time into it, you won't get anything. You just wasted literally nothing. You got nothing out of it, you won't get anything out of it. Don't be scared, take risks, do what you want, dream big, guys.
Well said, Leo. Well said. And I see a very, very good question asked by Shadow, and it is, why did you choose Thailand specifically? Are there any other contenders that allow someone to live a free, or at least an affordable millionaire lifestyle? Very good question, actually. So, there are a few contenders to Thailand, which I thought about before starting it, but I, eventually came down to the conclusion that Thailand was the best country. The contenders of Thailand is, first of all, you have all of the countries on the border of it. So, for example, Malaysia, you have Vietnam, you have the Philippines, you have a lot of those countries that would potentially work. Cambodia, even, if you like Cambodia. Indonesia could potentially also work. But the thing about those places is that none of them, in my personal opinion, holds the same standard as of Thailand. Bangkok, I would probably say, except for China, I would say that's probably one of the biggest business capitals in all of Asia, probably. I was in Bangkok, and the amount of wealth which fluctuates there is absolutely immense. And Koh Samui is strategically placed, just to throw out the fact here, is the least rainy place in all of Southeast Asia. So it's, geographically speaking, basically no rain because of how it's placed. You can Google that, that's a fact. Search it up. It has no tectonic plates, and this is not going to be big, but still, there can't be tsunamis in Koh Samui, which is a fact as well. And the climate is very beautiful. I like the climate. And just, I don't want to expose too much, but it is an island. It has its own private police force. It has its own airport. It's not connected to the mainland, and it's not ruled too much by the Thai government itself. And you get left alone. That I can say. So if you want to live a truly free life and you don't really trust where the rest of the world is going, it's a country and also a place which is truly a very, very, unbeatable place to stay at. And I cannot tell you right now what I have in plans for Koh Samui, but what I can tell you is that they're big, and we're gonna build an empire there. And just imagine if they only have their own police force there, and the salaries are extremely low, and all of the restaurants are basically in the same center, and all of the airports, it's only one airport, and all of these things, and there's only so many means to transport to get there. There's only one bank in Koh Samui, and everything. There's opportunities, and I'm not allowed to say much more than that because that's for future reference for a specific meeting we're gonna have with our prospect meetup. But I can say is Koh Samui has many strategical benefits for our group per se. And our goal towards, taking over 1% of that population is not too far away. And that will be a place we want to be at. And that's for end goals. But yeah, it's amazing. Beautiful beaches, great water, and great food. So that's a little bit more lighthearted. But yeah, there's a lot of opportunities there, guys. And Thailand is probably one of the best places in all of Southeast Asia. So it's amazing. Koh Samui also has some of the best beaches. So yeah, great place. Let's see here. Will the last meeting be uploaded? Yeah, I have a recording. I could upload it if I feel like it. It's just a matter of if I think the meeting was worth enough to upload. Which I'm not sure it was. I can't really remember it. Yeah, Buddhist temples are included, yeah. Great country because of the religion as well. They're very peaceful. Very, very peaceful. You get left alone. There's basically no crime in Koh Samui. So it's a very good place to be around. Let's see, any more questions here in the chat?
I have a question from myself.
Sure.
Actually, do you think you would have been able to get as far as you have in business if you didn't run this Discord community, TBG?
Hell no. Hell no. All of my best managers are from the Paradise Group. Like every person that I like make business with for bigger things are most from the Paradise Group. And this place, it's truly special because I believe that our server, it's not the biggest. It's not the most, I would probably say, makes the most money or whatever. What I can say is that it has the best network, most likely. Because I don't know any server where so many partnerships with each other and so much help is being provided as this server is. Like, I know the founder of a server with 30,000 members, I know a founder of a server who has 60,000 members. All of these bigger business servers, we're partnered with over 15 of them. Like, I know all of these people, and they don't make any money, they don't provide any value, and they don't have any members close to how valuable you guys are. No way. I'm sure that we have one of the best servers in all of Discord, and if I didn't have a server, my business career would have looked a whole lot different. And if I didn't have you guys holding me accountable every 2 weeks, so I have to become better each every 2 weeks, I would not be at the point I am right now. It's great. So yeah, the server, I couldn't have done it without this entire server. A lot of people have been lost, but a lot of people has come along the way as well. Just for example, you were found in the Paradise group.
Yeah.
Same with Riptide, right?
I think so.
And Richie and Shadow. No, Shadow wasn't found there. Lorem was found there. Made a partnership with him.
I think
Great.
Shadow's new.
Yeah, Shadow is Nito's, one of Nito's teammates. Does that satisfy your question, Leo?
Yes, very much so.
Great, thank you. You hire from TPG. Yeah. So what I usually do is that I don't like to hire people who I don't trust. And I find trust in the people I have in my server, because we all want something more out of life most usually. And if you are truly active in our server, that most likely means that you're a good person, from my experience. I've never had anybody backstab me from the server. I've had people who's doing business, but never anybody who scammed me or anything. And this server alone it can help you a lot. I don't think there's any business server that can help you more than the Paradise Group if you truly try it out at least. And I think a lot of you guys can vouch for that if you're longer stayers at least for the server. But that's just my personal opinion. Ouch, yeah. Alright. I'll wait 1 more minute and then I'm gonna switch to the next slide if I don't see any more questions. Yeah, for sure. Alright. Seems like there is no more questions in the chat. What would you like to be? Oh, yeah, just one came in. Leo, let's answer Shadow's question pretty briefly. Do you want to take 2 minutes to answer his question? Then I'll take 2 minutes, Leo.
What would we like to be remembered for?
What you would like to be remembered for? You can't speak for me.
That's a very hard question. I mean, I don't feel like exactly being remembered as something like, obviously, you know, you don't want to go to school one day and then start writing about, you know, what birth date I was born in and, you know, what type of things I did. I don't want that type of fame, you know. I want something more that I actually changed, I made a difference in the world. Maybe it's, you know, the first free, affordable lifestyle I'm making lifestyle, or affordable or free, or maybe there's a lot more to come for. There's obviously a lot more opportunity that will change up my, you know, how people remember me. But there's nothing specifically that I say. Like, I don't want people to remember me for, you know, running a Discord community and making a 3 millionaire lifestyle. There's nothing in specific, you know, but I just want to be paid in some sort of way. I want to make a difference.
Great answer. Shadow, I would love to hear what you would like to be remembered by. Shadow, would you like to share what you would like to be remembered by? You got a microphone? Do you hear him, Leo?
No, I don't hear him.
I cannot hear him either. Shadow, if you want to speak, I'll gladly invite you up to the stage again. I cannot hear you, Shadow, no. Right. So Shadow, I'll let you speak some other time. You can write in the chat maybe. Make something work. Alright. So does anybody wanna answer Shadow's question? Or is everybody fine to move over to the next stage? Because I'll gladly write somebody up to the stage to answer his question. Yeah, Leo basically answered the same way I was gonna do it, you know. I wanna go down in history to be able to create something which outlived myself, you know. I wanna go down the history to be able to be the first person that created the world's first affordable millionaire lifestyle, and then was able to bring that over to people who are truly great. And Mission 2030, that's gonna be a a big thing for me.
Great.
Very big.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's gonna be great. And of course,
Definitely.
I would love to help a lot of people in my lifetime. If I could help some people find their own path to success. If I could help you guys, you know, be able to connect with some business people to be able to, you know, make your first 100,000, make your first 10,000, make your first 1,000, just be able to make it easier for you. I think that would be truly beautiful. If I could help you all, you know, make your life better, which I hopefully am able to do. If I could just add in a little bit of, you know, hope to any of you and be able to help you like I've been helped with people I've been watching, then that would mean the world to me. A great inspiration of mine is Greg Plitt, and he's helped me through tough times, and hopefully we can do something similar for some of you. And if it's not even on that big scale, just putting a smile on your face every second, every 2 weeks, or you're learning something new that makes you a little bit of money, then I think that's great. Can you answer this question? What free resources, example YouTube channels, do you still watch that helps with your business? Yeah, for sure. So I have a lot of things I watch, but it's not gonna be an answer you like. So I don't watch YouTube channels too much, but what I do listen to is individuals. Now, the people I listen to are usually very, very old or older, and they themselves have not listed themselves on YouTube. But they have people who's reposted their, for example, seminars or their lecturers up on YouTube again. So I truly think that Jim Rohn, Brian Tracy, Les Brown, Greg Plitt, I think these people have helped me a lot in business, not only, you know, improve my skills, but just how to run a successful business, because everything in business is just customer service. Like, it's all psychology, to be fair. If a client is happy, he'll pay you. Even if he doesn't make any money, it's all about making the client happy. As long as oh, I don't like Andy Elliott. He's one of the people I dislike in sales. I truly think Andy Elliott does not know how to sell for shit. I don't think he knows how to sell. Because I don't think that sales tactics work for anything that isn't a scammy product. How Andy Elliott teaches sales, I'm running a sales company actually, so this is why it's relevant towards me. But how Andy Elliott sells, very, very effective if you sell a shit service. But if you don't sell a shit service, and you sell to actual common people, his tactics do not work. If I were to sell high-end addict conversions to the top 0.01%, you know, of Swedish people that are 65 years old and have been running successful businesses and jobs as doctors for their past entire life, and I'm calling them up and screaming and using all of these weird-ass opening lines and shit, I would not get any success. His methods does not work if you don't sell scammy products. Because if you have a product which truly sells itself and actually is good, you don't have to sell like him. People will be put off by his sales tactics. I'm 100% certain of that. Every single person that I know who's in actual high ticket sales, all of them despise Andy Elliott. They think he's absolutely horrible at sales. All of them. I don't know a single person who isn't like, you know, I know people who sell shit services, like for example, people who sell marketing and don't provide a good service that use Andy Elliott's advice. But for people that actually have something worth of sell, I don't think his advice is too good. But I haven't watched all of his videos, so I can't judge the guy too much. But from my experience, at least from watching maybe 10 hours of content from him, I think he's full of shit, most of it. And I think he's one of the worst people to listen to. But it's better than listening to nobody, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I just think that there's a lot of people who are better than Andy Elliott, in my opinion. But who I would recommend is Jim Rohn. He's great. Zig Ziglar, start reading into Zig Ziglar's old books, even the ones he barely released. Zig Ziglar is absolutely amazing at sales. Listen to Zig Ziglar, he's absolutely amazing. Brian Tracy is great as well. Brian Tracy has helped a lot of big businesses. Don't listen to his voodoo stuff about too much of the mindset or of his actual business advice, because it is truly successful. Les Brown, he's gonna teach you how to speak with the passion and actually how you're gonna improve your closing rate in meetings. Even though he doesn't teach too much about sales, his sheer ability of being relatable and being somebody which people actually enjoy to listen to, because they think he's very cheerful and he's a person to listen to, and he seems so passionate about what he speaks about. That will bring you a lot of things, because you can tell when somebody is fake and when somebody isn't. Like if I listen to somebody like, for example, I have no idea, Iman Gadzi, or maybe let's take another example here, Luke Belmar. They don't sound genuine. All they want is just to sell their course. That's the end goal they have. They don't care about the human and how to help them. But if you listen to Les, I'm telling you, Les Brown will change your life if you truly listen to him as well. Great guy. Very good. Patrick Bet-David, actually, his new videos are horrible. The new podcast, I think, is absolutely trash. But I think his old sales videos were some of the best. High quality. So Patrick Bet-David Valuetainment's videos that only have like 100,000 views, they're amazing. And Alex Hermosi's older videos about sales, they're good. But now he's basically spoken about most of the business topics. So most of his videos are just duplicates over and over again. So I would say his first videos were the best. And that's about it. I have a lot of books I read. A lot of good books read in the past. But that's probably what I would recommend. Zig Ziglar, amazing author. Listen to what he said to make money. Brian Tracy, Jim Rohn, Les Brown, Greg Plitt. Even Tony Robbins, to be fair. Like, not Tony Robbins' new videos, but Tony Robbins when he was 18 to 24, he was a killer. He'll teach you a lot about rapport. Rapport is extremely important. So Tony Robbins is great, but only his old videos. Same with Patrick Bet-David, only his old videos. I've watched, very, very helpful, I can say. Yeah, no, Hormozi is great, but his older videos are better, in my opinion. Yo, Leo, you want to take the last question at the end? Because I think it's like a very, very long one. I would love to hear Richie's opinion about that, because I reckon Richie would own us on this one.
About the education system.
Yeah, Richie took up a essay on that one. Richie could show us out.
Change something about the education system. What would you change?
Or do you want to take it now?
I can just make a quick brief explanation about what I think about it. Not sure exactly how I would change it, but I can give my thoughts on it. What I really think is, obviously the education system is not the greatest for actually education. I think it's something that leads you up to, it's basically, I wouldn't use this word normally, but as a slave, where you have an alarm to tell you when to wake up. You have to raise your hand to do the bathroom. And ultimately, that's the same thing as working a job. But you won't learn anything from school. Like right now, or in the past, I was working with Pythagoras' theorem. I've never had to use, see, or even know what the word means in my entire life. And obviously, if you want to become a doctor, whether the education helps you enough or not, it won't teach you enough to actually become smart. It's just something to prove that you'll put in this much time and this much hours to learn something that can possibly help you in becoming a doctor, right? Which I don't think is obviously something everyone wants to go through in life, but I definitely think it's something that people should reconsider, because obviously, being an entrepreneur, you have a lot more time freedom. Obviously, you can put in a lot more hours than other people, but that doesn't mean you have to, right? Time freedom job and remote job. And I think that's definitely something a lot of you guys should consider. Being in school, you're not there to learn. You're there to become a slave for other businesses, to work a 9-to-5 job for the rest of your life. That's what I think, at least.
Yeah, for sure. The thing about school, which I have an issue with, and I would like to change, it's not really that, they have to teach you something, and you can't have that. You can't raise your hand, because what would happen then? There would be chaos, and that's just an unfortunate truth. Because how would you else run something? Like if I hold a lecture, and then just anybody can start yelling out in the classroom, and they're super young and immature, that wouldn't work. That's just a fact, unfortunately. The question is just how they literally destroy your creative mind with everything they do. Like they tell you there's only a right and a wrong answer. And that's not true in life. Like that's the biggest lie they're gonna tell you. Oh, there's only one right or one wrong answer. Oh, 1 plus 1 always equals 2. No, that's not right. 1 plus 1 in life can equal 60, man. That's so false. Like everything school teaches you about that part, at least from my opinion, is they limit your creativity. And this is one of the reasons why I think most of the business owners, at least who I hold interviews with, who wants to buy our services, they all own a social media marketing agency, they all own a web design company, graphic design company, editing company, or maybe a short form content agency. Like that's the only business models people can think about, because they can't think for themselves. They can't think for themselves because school have limited their belief. They have to watch a YouTube video, some goofy ass guru who sells a course that says, start a social media marketing agency, that will make you $10,000 a month. Start a web design company, you only have to get 10 clients, you'll be and charge them $1,000 and be making $10,000 a month. The only reason why they can't come up with an actual successful business is because they don't think. People don't think anymore. People never think. And that's the thing that school system has been programming us to. Limit your thinking, and then they tell you that 1 plus 1 is always 2. You don't think for yourself. You don't think at all. Like, same with the smartphone. That's probably one of the best and one of the worst inventions in the world. It's great and it's horrible. Because what it does, I would probably say that it's amazing for the people who knows how to handle it, but it makes people, just zombies. Because what I see right now is that a lot of people, the second they don't speak, they pull up their phone and they start scrolling. Scroll, 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 scroll. Dopamine, dopamine, dopamine. Some girl, shaking her ass. Dopamine, 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 dopamine. Oh shit, Andrew Tate screaming at the screen. Now I gotta switch video here. Dopamine, dopamine. Oh, Subway Surfer montage with the AI generated clip at the top. That I can't shit. Oh, that's great. Let's like that video. And then they never think. Because the second they think, they have to reason about their mistakes. And that's one of the things which I truly think is reasonable and actually very important. And that's journaling and actually reflecting on what you do. And I think a lot of people can't live with themselves because they never, face their challenges. They are always distracted with something, like for example their phone, for example with some other dope shit, their TV, their Netflix, their video games, that they can never reason about what they're actually doing with their actions. And the second they don't have those distractions and have to face the reality of their consequences of the actions they've been taking, they feel horrible. So what do? They go to the psychologist, they say they're depressed, and they start killing themselves, which is a horrible thing to think about. That the suicide rates has been going up like they have been going up, which is absolutely horrendous. And I can't wish suicide on anybody. I think it's a horrible thing. But you have to think where it comes from. And there are a couple of reasons why it exists right now, and it's one of them is the food. The second one is because of the smartphone. And that's because we never reason anymore. We don't think about our actions. And the second we stop having our phone in front of us, we kill ourselves. A lot of people do at least, or we die inside. So I truly believe that the school system are limiting our minds. And they even said, the person who came up with the school system said, we don't want a nation of thinkers, we want a nation of workers. And that's pretty crazy from the person that actually came up with the school system. But that's, you need workers, so I don't know. I'll let somebody else flip my hamburger like Tate said. Somebody gotta do it, and I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. No way. Yeah, Rockefeller, yeah. But yeah, the school system is great. We can't complain. If you woke up, that's great. What I try to do right now is every time I want to come up with some new business idea, I never watch YouTube. What I do is that I sit in a room with my best friends, who I'm able to find on Discord in real life, and we just sit there for 3 hours straight, no distractions, only ChatGPT and Google, and we Google, speak, AI, and we come up with new ideas. That's how we run our things. And then we start cold calling a second after we come up with the idea to try it out. We don't do like school. I'm a business major. I also have I go economics in my degree. So I do accounting and I do all of this business stuff. And the only thing you get taught in economics and when you're doing, going to business school is that you gotta learn how to write a business plan, and you gotta learn how to do accounting, and you gotta keep your company equal. I was like, wait, what does equality have to do with my business? Why do I have to hire 50% women, 50% men? And why the hell do I have to learn accounting and to write a business plan? Why? The only thing business is about is to make money. That's the only thing that matters. Business is not anything about, business plans or all this goofy stuff. And I'm willing to argue somebody on this, but it's not about accounting. Business is not about equality. Business is not about writing a business plan. Business is strictly about making money. If you don't make money, you don't have a business. You can you can keep your company like the equality up when you make money, and you can start learning accounting when you make money. But there's no point of knowing how to account if you don't make any money to account for. That's great. Bro, that's a quote, bro. There's no point of learning accounting if you have no money to account for, guys. That's so facts. Bro, they're trying to keep us to not. Bro, what are we gonna account for, bro? We just have expenses. The hell? Yeah, that's my thoughts, for sure. No, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I think I cooked there. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with it. Let's see here. Any other questions, guys? Or else I'm gonna move over to the next slider. No more questions? No more questions, right? Alright, no more questions. Then we can move over to the next slide. Sorry for getting a bit passionate. Those are the things I truly burn about. Like I philosophize on these things a lot because I truly believe that the school system is ruining us on those aspects, at least from my opinion. Leo, I have no idea if you agree with me there, but Leo, what do you think?
No, I completely agree with.
Okay. And you also think the school system, they learn you to account for money you'll never make.
Exactly. They're teaching you all the accounting and stuff, but you're not gonna actually make the money with the school system.
But what do you need accounting for if you don't make cash?
Exactly. And what is the thing about business teacher teaching me business when they've never ran a business in their life?
The good thing about the US is there actually are schools where the business professors actually are businessmen. Like for example,
Not where I'm from.
no, but certain universities in the US are like that. Only a few though. For example, Warren Buffett, he went to I think it was university at least, where Benjamin Graham was the teacher. And Benjamin Graham is one of the most prestigious investors ever to exist. And that I would 100% go to that university all day long. But to go to some horrible, I don't know what to call it even, but to go to, for example, normal school where some depressed 30-year-old girl is going to teach me business, like in my economics class, when a 25-year-old teacher who's never had she tried to start a candle company. She tried to dropship candles. And she tries to teach me sales. She tries to teach me affiliate marketing. I have 1,300 affiliates. You can't teach me that. They can't teach. I can teach the class. Like, what can these teachers tell us? My old teacher in economics, he told me the best way to market is by buying posters and billboards. I'm like, brother. Billboards. We're not living in 1800s anymore, brother. It's probably one of the least effective ways to make money, in my opinion. For sure. Don't listen to these business teachers that are never run a business. Like, never listen to them, of course, but didn't even dare to take the risk. You can study the book all you want, but if you don't put it to practicing, you can read about, doing a brain surgery, but that will not teach you how to do brain surgery. You can read about how to kick a football, but you never learn to kick a football by reading about it. The only way to learn something is by actually doing it. That's something I've learned. You never learn anything by reading about it. You only have to do it. You have to do it, guys. And that's the unfortunate truth. You have to do it. Not fun to hear, but you have to do it. If you want to get better at closing deals, reading a sales book, watching a YouTube video won't help you much. But doing it will, that's the only thing that will help you. If you do it, you're actually going to become better. And I've learned that because when I started doing the Paradise Group meetings, I was shy, I was shaking, I started sweating, and my presentations looked horrible. But now, I'm pretty confident in speaking with you guys. I would like to say more articulate. My English has gotten 10 times better. Before I was horrible at English, and now I'm pretty decent at least. And yeah, I've become a lot more confident. And Leo, I remember when I met you. Would you like to share with these guys, what you have been able to achieve as well?
Well, yeah, I've definitely achieved a lot. As you know from one of our first calls, how like my social anxiety, like I was just so scared or something like that to a call, and which I'm sure you can verify. And you didn't want to work with me at all, and I don't blame you for that. But what I did is I didn't give up. I kept working. I fixed my English. I got rid of my social anxiety. And obviously Gustav helped me with like basically everything. Gustav has got me to where I am right now. Couldn't have done it without him. And now Gustav is not only changing my life, but he's changing all of yours. He's changed me from a shy person that's basically made no money to someone who's already achieving so much and so much more to come. And I can name a lot of things, but it's not really important. What's important is the fact that I'm here now, and you guys also have the opportunity to get to where I am. Whether you're scared to speak or whether you aren't making money, as long as you spend time with Gustav and you network and you actually spend time here, your whole life will change. And I can verify that.
Yeah, and the thing is, I cannot change your life. I've not done anything. There's a lot of people who's been in these meetings every 2 weeks for over 1.5 years. But that doesn't change anything. The only way you change is if you take the action. I can help you, but if you don't want to be helped, you'll never change. That's how simple it is. I cannot help everybody. I've tried to help Kalle. I've tried to help Hannes. I've tried to help Timon. I've tried to help a lot of people, but if they don't want to be changed, they can't. And when I wanted to work with them at 12 or even 1, 3 a.m., they didn't want to work with me. And that's the sad truth. Everybody won't be successful. And I know a lot of people in this circle, they're still in the same place they were 6 months ago. How horrible! How horrible! You haven't changed! You haven't changed! That's crazy! How can you still stay in the same place? It's a little bit like the law of accumulation. I taught Shadow. Or did I teach Shadow that? The other people, I can't remember. Maybe Shadow, or it was the other group. I taught a group about the law of accumulation. And the law of accumulation basically states that you have a balance sheet in front of you. Every good action you do each day, that will be one line on the good side. While the other side, if you do something bad, that will be on the bad side. And people seem to think that the only thing that actually counts are the things they want to counts. Like when you do something good. No, everything you do in your life counts. The bad things, good things, the horrible things, the things you don't do, everything counts. And I watched a very good video, and they asked a guy one time what his TV cost him. And the guy said, my TV cost me about $450. And, what the person said was that, you're wrong. And I was like, wait. I was doing it in a group. I was like, okay. So why does his TV not cost him $450? And the speaker said, the TV cost you $450 to buy it, not to owning it. Buying it is cheap. Watching it is what's expensive. So in his opinion, if you, for example, watch TV maybe 4 hours a day, every day for a year, I would say that TV cost you $16,000 a year. Because if you would have spent that towards creating a business or working a job or whatever, you could have made a lot more money than that. So a TV or anything you own, your phone does not cost you $1,000, guys. Your phone can make you a lot of money, but if you use it as a consumer, it's costing you a lot more. Because the energy is what you pay people with. The phone does not make all of its money from the cost itself. They make money from sponsorships, from your data, from everything. So if you aren't making anything, you're making somebody else something. Lil Reef, I would love to have you up on the stage. This guy is a real champ. Real Leaf, you want to get up on the stage? He wants to speak. There we go. How's it going, brother?
All good, man.
Love to hear it. This is a very young guy from another country. I've spoken to this guy before. I used to play video games with him a few years back. Lil Reef, you want to share your story with these people?
Yeah. So I met Gustav off of Fortnite like 2 years ago, and basically we were just grinding to try and get like money off of the game, and we realized that's not gonna work. So he kind of he went on like going on to more business stuff. So like he's like he was being successful and stuff, and I kind of got left behind. And like I didn't really know what to do because like I really wanted to be successful like Gustav, and I just didn't really know what to do. So I started off as just like getting a simple 9 to 5 job because like that was the easiest way for me to just like try to make some money. And yeah, since then, in the side time, I've been trying to like do some other side stuff on my computer, and like I've made some side money, and I feel like I'm getting closer to being more successful through like online work, which is what I want to main later on in life.
Amazing. And I've seen you gotten a lot better at speaking in front of people as well. Very brave of you. Lil Reef, what inside of you, because you're still very young, but when I was even older than you, I was still playing video games, I was a loser. What made you want to change at such an early age? I've never truly understood that, because I just wanted to play video games when I was little.
If I'm gonna be completely honest, it's Gustav. Gustav was my motivation. Like that's why I started.
Thank you, man. That means a lot. That actually means a lot. Alright, guy. Alright, guy. Yeah. That means a lot to me, really, if I'll tell you that much. That means a lot. W, guy. W Lil Reef, guys. Everybody W that guy. W Lil Reef. What an amazing guy. Big ups to you, brother. I wish you all the luck here. Thank you for speaking with us today in the meeting. I'd love to see you in more.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. What an amazing guy. W. How'd I go from 2 to 8 in marketing? What do you mean do you mean from $2,000 to $8,000 in marketing? Or what do you mean by 2 to 8? Are you a fan of having... Oh, okay, that's what you mean. By the way, are you a fan of having a backup plans, or do you put all your efforts into one? Oh, hell no, fuck backup plans. You think backup plans are the way to go about it? If you even think about a way of escape, you'll never succeed. Because if you have it in the back of your head, oh, I have this way out, you're never gonna give it your all. Never. Because you're always gonna be in the sales calls. Well, this is subconsciously. This is subconsciously, guys. Consciously, you might be like, yeah, it doesn't matter. But the thing it does, it's not what this conscious thing is. What having a plan does is all about the subconscious. And I can't prove this, you can't prove the subconscious to anybody. But from my experience, by having something in your subconscious, that will lead your life in a direction. And I hope you all listen here. Listen very closely, because I don't usually cook this hard. But having things in your subconscious will lead you down a path which your subconscious has in mind. And you might not think about the exact options or what you're doing, but subconsciously, you're making these 0.5 to 1% improvements on these small things each day, which subconsciously takes you towards your end destination. But if you have a backup plan, I believe that you will not take those things subconsciously. And I believe that you have to take constant, conscious opinions or conscious decisions to do something. But if you truly only have one way to do something in the back of your brain, that's what you're gonna do on autopilot. And let me verify this to you guys. For example here, if you think about, for example, let's take an example here maybe. What could we take? Yeah, I have an idea. Okay, so if you're, for example, reading a manual on how to put together a bike, then you have to consciously think about how you're actually gonna put it together. But if you've done it so many times and your bike breaks down, you're not gonna think about, for example, pulling up a book or Googling. You're just gonna do it automatically because you already have it subconsciously on how you're actually gonna fix the problem. So if you see that your car breaks, the first thing you're gonna do is to solve it. You're gonna do that subconsciously. You're not gonna have to think about anything. You're not gonna have to make a conscious decision because you already know the solution to it. And I believe that if you have a plan B, that will be the plan A, which basically leaves you with no plan. Because to put multiple eggs in one basket, that's great. That's called diversification. But diversification should only start existing once you succeed with the first goal. Does that make sense, guys? Because you diversify when you become rich. If your goal is to become rich, you don't diversify before you become rich. That's stupid. Like, why would you buy bonds, mutual funds, and state obligations and all of these things when you have $1,000? I wouldn't even do it with $100,000. Like, if you're a multi-millionaire, you can start diversifying into different asset classes. But if you're not rich, then you shouldn't diversify or have backup plans. You have to stick with something to make yourself successful. And that's my personal opinion. Hope it makes sense to you guys, because it's a pretty complex thing to visualize for you guys with words, if that makes sense. Not the easiest for me at least, but I hope it helped. That's my personal opinion on it. Or what do you think, Leo?
No, I completely agree with you, bro.
Because I'm sure that that's something that will help you guys. Because if you even think about, hey, should I have a plan B or a plan A? You already have a plan B, brother. I've never thought about the plan. I never even thought about that question, guys. Like, if you even think about it, you're already having a plan B.
Yeah.
Isn't that true, though, guys? I would love to hear your opinion on that. If you even think about having a plan B, don't you already have one in a sense? Haven't you already given up on your plan A if you already think about having a plan B? Thoughts, guys?
Yeah. If you don't have belief in your first plan, then why would you put your time into it to be able to make the second plan? It's made something, make sure it's gonna work, and do it. Nothing's stopping you. Just do it.
Because I've never thought about having a plan B.
I never thought of it.
Right. So I reckon the only people that think about having a plan B is those who don't do plan A.
Yeah.
don't know if
Then
you're
you
getting
shouldn't do plan A in the first
I'm
place.
sure that that's true. Yeah. It has occurred to me just. Yeah, I love to see it, Robin. The thing we're trying to do in this server and our communities is that I don't want, me and Leo to be the voices for everybody. I would love everybody to share their opinions. And if somebody wants to challenge us, we're not like, hey, buy our course. We want to find the justifiable answer. And we don't get mad with people who don't agree with us. We try to find a reason to why they believe that. Yeah, you watched a video? Yeah, for sure. Watching a video about that. Gustav, you're right. No, if you truly believe in what you do, you'll never need a plan B because you never think about it. I've never thought about a plan B in my life. Never. It's my way or the highway, guys. And find people who's gonna strap on with you. Like, the most important thing is that you gotta have a dream. And this is very important, and I'm gonna tell you guys about it right now. Everybody has their dream. And the Paradise Group is my dream. And I know everybody here doesn't have the exact idea of the Paradise Group that I have. Like, for example, I heard a very wise man in our server before say this to me. A lot of people in your group, Gustav, they have a dream to become a part of the Paradise Group or a dream within the Paradise Group. Leo, do you have a dream within the Paradise Group? Yes or no, Just?
Yes.
Yes. And the thing he said was, I thought was very wise, is that none of us share the same dream about the Paradise Group. All of us have distorted or alternative realities of different of the same, vision, which is the Paradise Group, where we have our own dream, so our own separate dream, the collective goal. So my dream looks different than Leo's, but we all have a shared dream of the Paradise Group, just that our dreams look a little bit different, if you share what I mean here. So my dream will never be the same as yours, because we're completely different humans, but we share a collective dream, which is the Paradise Group, but you have your own spin towards it, if that makes sense. I think that's at least what I think about it. Because you can never have
Completely
like the
agree.
same dream. Like, yeah, all of us were raised differently. All of us, somebody might have had an abusive parent that fucking fucked them up, and somebody might have had somebody who fucked them up in some other way, a girlfriend, a mother. Things happen to us all, and that shapes us in a way. So we're not the same, all of us. That's my thought, at least. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, keep asking questions while I'm going forward with this. Right. So, one thing I would like to speak about today to lighten up the mood a bit here from just screaming about the school system and how everything is rigged, how all of us have dreams, is to speak about a little promotion to make it a bit spicy here for all of you boys. Oh, what did I do? Okay, bring him up again. Sorry about that, Leo. I accidentally kicked you.
It's
I'm
good.
gonna request somebody else up to speak. Sorry about that. But to lighten the mood a bit here, I would like to hold a promotion. And this promotion would go to an individual in this server, which I couldn't have done a lot of the things which I have done recently without. A person who's truly been an inspiration for probably hundreds of people at this point, who's helped me to stick true to my goal, and helped a lot of you, I would like to say, probably to stick to your goals as well. And I would like to say that this individual is a very, very strong player with our company. And if I were to choose, I would never want him to ever leave our side. And I believe that we will grow old with this person. If it's anybody I've ever trusted to stick true with us, this will be the person. This is a guy who's been loyal to me since the first day I met him. We've had our ups and downs, but his character development in general has been absolutely amazing. And I would just like to say that I'd like to congratulate you today. So Leo, I would love to congratulate you to finally get promoted to the prospect. You have truly earned it, Leo. Truly earned it. Well done, my friend. I'll now let you into our exclusive prospect group, and I'll also give you prospect role in the server. Well done, Leo. Well done. You've done very
Thank
well.
you, bro.
You made us, the entire server, proud, brother. Nobody else who deserves it.
This is fucking amazing, bro.
Check your roles, brother.
Okay.
Your prospect.
Yeah. I would also, I would love to give a big thanks to Gustav. He made all of this possible. But as well as a shout out to every single person in the server, to the people that's in the meeting and people that isn't even in the meeting. I've changed a lot of your guys' lives. A lot of you guys have changed my lives. And I believe there's so much more to withhold within this business. And I think there's so much opportunities and options and everything that you can take. And I believe so many of you guys can also be so successful and amazing in this business. I could not thank you guys anymore, including you, Gustav. Could not thank you guys anymore. This is incredible. And thank you, everyone. I got the prospect.
See. Leo, congratulations.
Thank you, bro.
You are
Thank
now
you so much.
officially a member of the exclusive group of the Paradise Group? There you go.
Alright, I'm in.
Amazing, Leo. I'll have a call with you afterwards to go through the entire server. But congrats, brother. You've earned it. You've truly earned it.
Thank you, guys.
Well done. Give it up to Leo, guys.
Thank
Give it
you,
up in the
bro.
chat. Come on, he's earned it. This guy has been grinding and hustling. Well done. Well done. Alright. So, to go from happiness to a little bit more serious topics and a lot of things which I have had to deal with and a lot of you most likely have dealt with. And I would like to say this, guys. If you have a dream, there's always going to be some sucker to pull you down. Anybody who truly has a dream that is unrealistic, there's going to be some realistic motherfucker that wants to drag you down. I've had dreams. When I started the Paradise Group, guys, I had people, there were 40 people from another server which joined in and hated on us, called everybody here words, they called us scammers, they called us horrible names, they started, threatening me and my company, they started threatening everybody without a reason, they say we would never do it, they say this was all a joke, they say we would never achieve anything, they say our server would never grow, we were around 100 members at that point, we were still in the starting phases. I would just like to tell them, watch us down. I was in Koh Samui, potentially purchasing a real estate property now with my agent a week ago. We now have 2,000 members in the server. We have people with a collective net worth. We have people, just one person in the server alone, he's worth over $60 million in our other server, in the Prospect server. 60 million. 60 million. And he's coming to Koh Samui with us. 60. Great friend of ours now. A lot of people in here who are very successful, and it truly means a lot to all of us. And I would just like to say, haters is gonna hate, man. They're gonna hate you a lot. And if you have a dream which is big, if you have haters, you don't dream big enough. If you run a social media marketing company or a website company, you won't have haters because you're not dreaming big enough. But if you say you're gonna create the world's first affordable millionaire lifestyle, I can tell you, people will hate you. People will hate you. If you promise to do something which has never existed before, people will hate you for it. 100%. And I actually came up with a quote, and I would like to read it to you guys. You can call me cringe if you want to, but I would love to share it with you because I came up with it together with a person I like. And basically, it took me through a lot of tough times. It didn't feel very good when I started my business, and everybody just hated on me. We never caught a break. We never made any money for over 1.5 years. I was cleaning staircases for over 3 years, doing gardening work. I was doing all this horrible shit. Never made any money. Felt stuck. Never thought I would be able to move to Koh Samui. People constantly betraying me. I had business partners leave me over and over again. I had 40 people in one day join in here, drop my family's last names and my address in the server chat all at once, trying to leak my phone number to get people to spam call me and to get me taken off Discord. It wasn't easy. For example, the biggest business server, because we exposed them for being a scam and we brought it up in one of our meetings, tried to get 100 people to try to get my account taken down, so I got banned for a little while. It wasn't easy when our server basically got nuked with hate. It wasn't easy when I got banned from 150 of the biggest Discord servers in business, all because I pissed off one of the wrong persons when I tried to grow my server and just tried to get a break with this. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. It wasn't easy, guys. It was very tough. And it was a lot of tough times, but I never gave up. And the quote that I came up by, and I really said, is that, if you really want to avoid all of the crap in your life, then do nothing, say nothing, and be nothing. And you will forget their attention. But if you are something and you're actually doing something and becoming something, guess what? Then you're gonna get their attention. Because that pisses them off, They can never be what you are now. So the only thing they can do to make themselves feel better is to try to bring you the fuck down. And I truly say thank you for it. Thank you for acknowledging the fact that I am doing something, because I don't know who the fuck you are, but you seem to know who I am. And that's something that I've experienced, guys. I have no idea who these trolls are, man. I have no idea who they are, but they seem to know who I am, and I would like to leave my, my quote at that. It probably not the best, but what I can tell you is that it truly means something to me, and hopefully that's something that can help you guys as well. So don't listen to the haters, guys. There's gonna be a lot of haters if you have dreams. If you have big dreams, people are gonna hate on you. And Leo, you wanna speak a bit here as well, because I reckon you've been hated on in the past also. Even family, bro. Families are the biggest haters in the world, to be fair.
No, I can definitely agree on the family thing.
Wanna
But
elaborate?
as for well, not really on family, but more on what I think most of you guys would more relate to is as well as friends from school, or maybe it's something. Obviously, this can apply to family and you know, allies and so on forward. But ultimately, there will always be haters, and there's no real way to get rid of them. Obviously, what you can do is you can ignore them. You don't have to speak to them. They're not your that you don't have to care about them. But ultimately, it's something that every single one of you guys experience, and no matter what, you will experience. Maybe for business, maybe for just doing what you want, having fun. You will always be hated on by at least one or thousands of people, and there's no real way to avoid it. As Gustav mentioned, they will always be there. Obviously, you can ignore them, but they will come through. You just have to be better than them. You have to put in more time. You have to work, and at the end of the road, you'll get farther than they will ever. And then they will look back and say, maybe I should mess with this person. You know, that's the types of thoughts you have to have within these haters. As long as you're going to be better than them in the long run, or even better than them now, don't actually hate on yourself just because of other people's thoughts. Yeah.
W man. You're right. And the thing about haters is, just like Leo said, they prove their points by words. They don't act. How you combat haters is not by combating them with words. How you combat the haters is that you prove them with your actions. If you have a report card of actual fucking hard work, of you getting the fuck after it, of always showing yourself proof, and this is what I truly try to mean to you guys. I run up a ski slope, one you go down with skis on, super steep. And people told me, hey Gustav, when you start puking in the ski slope because you're running too far and it's so steep and it's snow everywhere and it's extremely annoying and you can't catch a break and you can't breathe and all of this shit. Well, there's different excuses. And you don't stop, you just keep on running. He asked me, why do you keep running? And it might sound a bit cliche here, and I don't know if everybody agrees with me, but the only thing which truly matters is what you yourself think about yourself. Like if I were to know subconsciously, like I always speak about here, that I stopped in that middle of that, ski slope, at the middle of that ski slope, because I started puking a little bit, or because I felt tired, or because I didn't feel like running up it, then I would subconsciously know that I'm a quitter. And I would know if something gets hard sometimes, that would be even harder than that. Let's say death, or my family dies, or some random shit happens, or for example a business goes horrible, or I lose all my money, or whatever happens. My server gets banned, I lose you guys. Then I would know that, hey, I cheated myself in that ski slope. I don't prove myself when nobody's watching. And the only thing that truly matters is what you do when nobody's watching. Everybody's watching, that doesn't matter, because then you're gonna do it for their attention. But if you prove yourself in the darkness, in the silence, the people who run when nobody's watching, the people who don't flex about it on social media, the people who don't send their, late night hustling again on their Instagram stories, or send, pictures, here is me driving 300 kilometers an hour in a rental car, here's me doing this, just like grinds in silence, those are the people who truly will become successful, because the only thing that matters to them is what they themselves think about themselves. And I'm not immune to hate, but what I do, I'm a lot less, I don't care as much anymore. Like, I've gotten so much hate in my days that I don't care too much anymore. I couldn't give too much fucks, to be fair. The only thing I do when I get very, very hated on is that I go out and run, and that's about it. Let's see. Yeah, you become thick-skinned. The more somebody hates on you, the thicker you become. It's like if you, for example, constantly break small little part of your bones, you'll start building up stronger bones. If you continue to do something against your skin, you'll build calluses, which improves your thickness in your skin. Is this a guy? Let's invite him up to the stage. Let's see what he has to say. See if he even wants to speak. Well, doesn't seem like it. Alright. Leo, do you have anything to share here, or are you done as well with this slide?
No, I think we both covered it all. Your hatred.
Hey, you got a microphone, brother? Nope. Why did they want to join this stage when you don't have a microphone? I don't understand. Strange fellas. Well. Okay. So, thank you everybody. I hope you learned something in this meeting. And I can tell you Project 2030 and Project 2025 will be huge. And all of you are here right now. Don't forget what I said in the beginning of everything. I'm speaking to the one person who truly will be with us for a long time. I already know Abdul Majid will be with us for a very long time, since he's been showing up every single meeting without a single missed appearance since 2 years ago, pretty much soon. Or 1.5 years ago to be more exact. Same with Phoebe. Same with Leo has been showing up every meeting since he started. People here truly, care, and I love to see it. I don't care that we aren't getting the most people anymore. The people we truly get are the people who care about us, but I think it's important. And to wrap everything up, I would like to thank you all for coming to the 24th Paradise Group meeting. I hope you learned something today. I hope you had a good time. I hope you maybe even got some motivation out of it. And I appreciate you all coming. Hopefully you're able to appear in the next meeting in 2 weeks. And yeah, I appreciate you all. I'll see you in 2 weeks, guys, and hopefully, yeah.
Before we end, before everyone starts leaving, should we also do a little announcement on the communities we're building up and just tell them a little about it?
Yeah, sure. We can just send all of the communities here in the chat. That should be good.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Right, guys. Yes, a very short plug here. So I got banned from a lot of job and hire servers and a lot of business servers. They fucked with me because I called them all scammers and I said their servers were horrible. So now me and Leo are building our job and hire servers and our own business servers just to outcompete them. If you want to join, you're welcome to join. We're gonna grow it pretty slowly, but they will be the biggest servers in the future. So yeah, if you want to join the servers, we're gonna send them here in the general chat. Yeah, you're allowed to join if you want to. Amazing. Well, thank you very much, guys. It's been a pleasure speaking to you as always, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Cheers. Bye-bye, guys.